Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my final team selection for game week 6 and the transfers that I'm going to be making this week. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below, leave a comment, what players are you bringing in for game week 6, subscribe if you're brand new. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, in goal, we do have Onana. Unfortunately, did get a price drop last night, I do believe, down to 4.9. I'm not really too sure why. Obviously, he didn't play too well in the Champions League. Hasn't played too well recently. So, I mean, I kind of understand why people want to get rid of him. But with Burnley away coming up and then Crystal Palace at home, I feel like there's other transfers that could have been made for most people. Like, obviously, nobody really likes having Onana in their team at the moment, like myself included. But I'm guessing that, like, the rest of their players aren't absolutely perfect, that they've got the luxury of making a goalkeeper transfer, especially with, like, some of the main players like Jackson, Chilwell, and other players that people are wanting to get rid of. But unfortunately, did get a price drop. I'm just a little bit salty about it, really. I'm not going to lie. So I'm really hoping that he does something away at Burnley this week and he actually can just kind of redeem himself, really, because obviously he had an absolute mare in the Bayern Munich game midweek, and so hopefully he's going to want to rectify that and save 15 penalties against Burnley. That'd be absolutely incredible. But yeah, hopefully he can grab like a clean sheet or something like that. And yeah, I mean, I've took quite a few price rise hits this week. Actually, I've lost a little bit of money, which isn't great. It's actually been a very bad week in terms of money, but because of the deadline and stuff like that being just before like the City game and stuff, I feel like there's no point of chancing it. But either way, we do have Onana in goal. Again, I will be getting rid of him on my Game Week 8 wildcard. I'm locking myself into a Game Week 8 wildcard now. I've decided that that's kind of the way I'm going. I don't really need it this week. I've got 2 free transfers to kind of help my team out, and I just don't think it's worth it, especially with players like Cash, Diaby, players like that I want to bring in, like Spurs players as well. They've got 2 bad fixtures, and then it goes really well in Game Week 8. So I just don't really see the point with my team of wildcarding, having bad fixtures, and then obviously having them for Game Week 8 when I can literally just wildcard in Game Week 8 and just get rid of all those bad fixtures. So that's just kind of my thought process. But either way, that's what I'm doing with my team. So I'm kind of just like I'm just kind of, I don't know what it's called. In FPL, where you basically just kind of like dead your team into the wild card, and then you obviously can get rid of all your like dead assets and stuff like that. But either way, Onana in goal with Burnley away. At the back, we've got Estepinian, who's got Bournemouth at home, Saliba, who's got Spurs at home, and then Chilwell, who's got Villa at home. Now, Estepinian did just play, I think, 100 minutes last night in the Europa League. I think he should still be okay to play Sunday. I think that's when Brighton play. Fingers crossed anyway, because the only reason I've kept him is for this bloody Bournemouth game, and so if he doesn't do well, it's going to be really annoying. I've got Saliba, who's got Spurs at home. Now, I could be playing Kabore, who's got Wolves at home, who's currently on my bench. I'm not completely against that, and, you know, either way, I think that they're probably both going to concede. But Kabore's probably got like a better chance of a clean sheet. I mean, it's a North London derby. Like, they are going to go at each other. There's going to be yellow cards flying all over the place. So yeah, maybe playing Kabore. But again, if Estepinian gets benched, then I may have to play Kabore anyway. But at the moment, I've got Saliba just because it is at Arsenal, and I feel like they are the better team at the moment. Even though Spurs are having a really good season as well, I think Arsenal will win the game, but I don't think there's going to be a clean sheet. I don't know if there usually is in a North London derby, but also got Chilwell, who's got Villa at home. Again, very much going to be getting rid of Chilwell this week. A lot of people are thinking of getting rid of Saliba this week as well. I'm not completely with that idea because they do have Bournemouth next week, whereas Chilwell could just be like a massive benching headache now. So I'd much rather get rid of Chilwell than Saliba, who I know is going to play every game and then also has Bournemouth next week as well. So it will be Chilwell that I do get rid of this week. Obviously, press conferences and stuff could change anything, but as of right now, that's the defense. In midfield, I've got Mbumo, who's got Everton at home, Ødegaard, who's got Spurs at home, Saka, who's got Spurs at home, Maddison, who's got Arsenal away. So a big part of my midfield not having a great time because they are playing each other. They are all midfielders though, so hopefully, I mean, I'd like them to all score, but then also Saliba to keep his clean sheet. But either way, I think not many people are going to be playing an Arsenal defender this week, so if I do end up playing Saliba, it would be a little bit of a differential. But again, if I play Kabore instead, I don't have to worry about Maddison getting any returns because Saliba will obviously be in my bench. But either way, we've got those 3 playing each other. And then also Bruno Fernandes, who's got Burnley away. Of course, did score midweek off that free kick. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'll probably be getting rid of... I don't know, because like United's just such a weird spot at the moment. Like, game week 8, if I keep them on my wild card, they're going to have Brentford at home, Sheffield United away, City at home, and then Fulham, Luton, Everton. Like, I think it's worth having like one of them on a wild card. But I completely understand why people are wanting to get rid of them, because they're just not, like, they're not in a good place at the moment, like United are not at all. But the reason I kept Bruno over Rashford was just because he was a 90 minutes man, penalties, stuff like that. His numbers were really, really good. Even though Rashford got super unlucky last week, I feel like I definitely dodged a bullet as a Rashford non-owner last week. But that's the midfield. Obviously, Mbeumo on penalties, very happy about him. Saka on penalties, Fernandes on penalties, Maddison potentially on penalties. It depends who, we still don't know who the Spurs penalty taker is. We'll have to wait and see. Ødegaard also scoring midweek as well, so hopefully can repeat that against Spurs. But that is the midfield. And then up top, we do have Jackson, who's got Villa at home, and then Haaland, who's got Forest at home as the captaincy. And then the bench consists of Turner away at City, Archer at home to Newcastle, Baldock, who's got Newcastle at home, and then Kabore, who's got Wolves at home. I feel like, honestly, the whole season, Baldock's just been injured. Like, I feel like he's just... I think I played him once. I think I played him once against Everton, and apart from that, he's just been injured every single week. So really looking forward to getting him off my wild card as well, because it's just hurting my bench as well. I should actually switch those two around, to be fair. In fact, Kabore will probably be my first sub, and again, Kabore I could easily play instead of Saliba. But that's how the team's looking like on paper. Of course, I do have 2 free transfers in the bank with 1.9 mil as well, and this is why I'm also not really thinking of wildcarding, because I mean, on a wildcard I'd probably get rid of like 8 players, like fair play. I just would. But again, it's not moves that I have to make. And with my 2 free transfers, I can get rid of 2 of the biggest problems in my team this week, which are Jackson and Chilwell. So I'm obviously thinking of getting rid of Jackson for, surprise, surprise, Alvarez, which obviously is the move that a lot of people are making this week. And again, if the Alvarez move kind of goes bad, I can just get him, like, I can just get rid of him in my game week 8 wildcard, you know, and bring in like Ollie Watkins or someone instead, because he's got Arsenal, Brighton, and United. Like, it's not terrible fixture, especially if you got like a 90-minute Arsenal, like if you got a 90-minute City player playing for like 7 mil, like that's obviously incredible. So I might not even get rid of him, but you know, the option is there to get rid of him on a game week 8 wildcard when they have these fixtures. So anyway, Jackson, I believe I will be getting rid of Alvarez this week. It's not even like knee-jerky either. Like, he's literally been returning really well, like every game. It's not even like, oh, he had one good week like Son did or Sterling. Like, he literally got 5, 7. I mean, 2 against Sheffield United is very unlucky, but then 14 and then 9. And they've got Forest at home. Like, say what you will, but it's not super knee-jerky. He's literally been performing so well. I would have started the season with him if I knew he was going to get all these minutes. So, like, hats off to if you did do that, because obviously you played an absolute blinder. And then I've still got 1 free transfer left and 2 mil in the bank, and I think it will be getting rid of Chilwell this week. A lot of people are thinking of getting rid of Arsenal assets this week, but because I'm wildcarding in game week 8 for my team, it's not the option, because I'd like him for that Bournemouth away fixture. So instead of Chilwell, I'll probably be bringing in Trippier. Again, I could play Botman, but Trippier on set pieces, stuff like that, I feel a little bit more comfortable having him. If he gets benched, I'm going to be really pissed, but hopefully he doesn't. I mean, I believe he is the captain and stuff, so hopefully he does play. And then I've still got 1.1 mil in the bank, so that'll be my game week 7 transfers. I'm not really too sure about anyone else that I would really bring in, like in midfield or anything like that. Again, Salah is also an option, but I'm just going to get Salah on my game week 8 wildcard instead, and just deal with it. Like, I don't really know who else like I'd bring in. And I'd have to like completely dissect my team to get him in. I just don't really see the point in that. So straight off the bat, my team looks a lot stronger. So obviously here, instead of Chilwell, it's Trippier, and then here instead of Jackson, it's Alvarez. I mean, Jackson isn't like an immediate sell. Like, he's going to be playing against Villa. He's just such an annoying player to own. And I know as soon as I sell him, he's going to get a goal. Like, it's just going to happen. But I just, you know, Alvarez, I think, is a much better player to have over the next couple of fixtures. Even though, you know, Chelsea's fixtures aren't exactly bad, like Villa at home and then Fulham away. I'd just rather have Alvarez 100%. And in a perfect world, I'd probably upgrade Archer to Alvarez, but I just don't think I would potentially have the funds for that. I mean, maybe I would if I chose Botman instead of Trippier. But that's my game week 7, game week 6 transfers. Game week 7, what I think I would just do is get rid of Archer and bring in Morris for the double game week. And again, just dead end my team into my game week 8 wildcard. And then I have 2 double game week players, which again, 2 Luton players, so it is what it is. This would cause like a massive benching headache. Like, I would probably bench, I don't even know, because I'd have to play 3 defenders. And I'd have to probably bench Estepinian, who's got Villa away, which again is not great. So I'd play Saliba, who's got Bournemouth away, Trippier, who's got Burnley at home, and then Kabore, who's got the double game week. And then Up top, I don't even know who I would bench either. Like, I'd have to play a 3-4-3, so I'd have to get rid of, like, I'd have to bench a midfielder as well. So potentially it'd have to be Maddison that week, who's got Liverpool at home. But benching Maddison is an Estepinian as well. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. But, I mean, the only reason I'd bring Morris in is for the double game week. And hopefully, you know, 2 bites the cherries on penalties, stuff like that. Hopefully he can bag a couple of goals and it will make it a lot better. So yeah, and then that's my game week 7 transfer. And then game week 8, I would just wildcard and then just completely change my team, bring in all the Villa players, Spurs players, stuff like that. And I think that's the kind of the direction I'm going to take. Obviously, next, I mean, game week 7 is a bit of a luxury transfer because obviously the rest of the team is absolutely fine. Which is, again, another reason why I don't need to wildcard. But if I do pick up, like, an injury or something, I do always have that Game Week 7 transfer instead of the Morris transfer, which, again, I could also make. But either way, that's going to be the team selection for Game Week 6. Again, I'll be making my transfers just before the deadline when we get, like, the news and stuff of Man City, fingers crossed. If Alvarez starts, Jackson will be straight out. And then, yeah, I think I'll just go Trippier instead of Chilwell regardless. But either way, that's going to be my Game Week 6 team. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. Leave a comment. What are your transfers this week? Also, what are your thoughts on my team? Do you think I'm making the right decision or not? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, peace.